Now, the Russian Interior Ministry has come up with an initiative to ban beggars and tramps from the streets. Such laws existed in the Soviet Union but were abolished in 1991. In modern-day Russia, the number of homeless is growing every year, as our correspondent Alexei Yarashevsky now reports.
3 years ago, Vladimir Chekhov was beaten up in his hometown of Tula, just 200 kilometers from Moscow. He does not remember what happened after he was attacked, but several days later he found himself in the Russian capital with no money and no ID. Ever since, this square at one of Moscow's train stations has been his home.
I sleep right here on this square, and some people help me occasionally by giving me food. Sometimes I have to search rubbish bins for something to eat.
Since the collapse of the Soviet Union and the economic crisis which followed, the number of homeless people in Russia has been rapidly growing. Now there are estimated to be over 4 million of them in the country, over 100,000 in Moscow alone. And that is just the official statistics. They gather at crowded areas like train stations, begging for food and money. Beds of cardboard and rotten leftovers are all they have.
What are you doing here? Get out of here now!
But for some, tramps are unwelcome guests in Moscow's streets. Valentina runs a fruit vendor next to a train station, and the local homeless are a headache for her.
They come here all dirty and smelling bad. They scare my clients away. Some of the clients never return.
The Soviet Union's criminal code prohibited vagrancy, which entailed up to 3 years in prison. It was abolished in 1991, and now the Interior Ministry has come up with an initiative to revive it.
The homeless often use trains and stations as their homes. Some of them have serious diseases such as tuberculosis. And from a medical point of view, there must be certain restrictions concerning these people being in public places.
But human rights activists say the homeless are still people, and such strict measures would be unjust.
There is no need to be so harsh with the homeless. After all, no one should be kicked out from where they live, even if it's just a street. Instead, we should open medical and employment centers for them, help these people to recover.
They don't have money to buy newspapers where they could learn about the law if the State Duma passes it. Vladimir says he doesn't know what he will do and where he will go, should the police ask him to get off the streets.
It is yet unclear whether the initiative will become law, something these guys hope will never happen. They say their lives are already hard enough, and this will make them even worse. Alexei Yarashevsky, Russia Today, Moscow.